Hey everybody. I'm back. I decided I'm gonna start doing tarot again. I took a little bit of a break, about a 2 year break. I was kind of in a not really a great place when I was doing tarot back when I had started it, and I feel like I'm in a really healthy place now. I feel like I've healed quite a bit, and I've been called to come back to do tarot. Specifically, I'm being called to do love readings, and just for today in particular. Um, they're not going to be zodiac or date specific. They're timeless readings. You can really watch them whenever, wherever. I don't have any plans for the reading. I don't have any particular downloads I'm going to say or anything of the sort. I'm going to be using Animal Messages and the Mystical Cats Tarot deck. So, yeah, let's just go and get started. One thing I've been doing with myself is I have been using the Animal Messages to start. It's like an oracle deck. So we're gonna start. We're gonna see what comes up, and we're just gonna do a collective reading and see what happens. So yeah, hope you guys are good. It has been a long time. It is nice to be back. I never stopped, pulling tarot cards. I was doing them for myself, but I decided why not do it for the collective again. So I'm not currently offering personal readings yet. I would like to offer them at some point. I just wanted to kind of get started and get back into the swing of things and see where it goes. So yeah, let's go and take a moment to take a deep breath, and we'll say a prayer and get started. All right, I pray to God, my angels, my ancestors, and spirit to please help guide myself and the collective to see the clearest messages for the highest good of all involved for our love and relationships in this moment, which is timeless, I suppose. So, and I've actually started doing the whole this thing. So we'll see it comes out. What does the collective need to know about their love life? Excuse me, I'm still new to shuffling like this. I just started doing it recently. All right, so let's see. I actually really like this deck. This is the deck I got before I stopped last time, before I stopped doing tarot. All right, let me try to find somewhere to set this. All right, so we got orangutan. I always thought it was orangutan. I thought there was a G at the end of it, but apparently not. Orangutan and dolphin. So I'll actually read the book, but just off the bat it says orangutan is working to live joyously, not living to work, and dolphin is tuned into the rhythm of your breath to find stillness and patience. So before I even hop into the book, usually when I get the orangutan card, to me that means you might be working a little bit too hard at something. Maybe you need to take a little bit of time to find joy in the process of the relationship, right? Because we have the dolphin here and it says tune into the rhythm of your breath to find stillness and patience. So you may be finding yourself in a space. This doesn't necessarily even have to pertain to love. Like even though it's a love reading, it can apply to anything. So it can be like love and relationship. Excuse me, love and relationships with your family, with your friends, with your partner, with yourself, with your career, however it applies to you. Just take it, take it where it fits, and just leave what doesn't resonate with you, and don't try to force it either. But yeah, I'm kind of picking up on this energy of like needing to just take a step back and find the joy in where you're at in the process of your relationship. A lot of the times, I feel like we can take love and relationships quite seriously because they are very serious topics and experiences, and they're very personal to everybody and is very subjective to everybody. But I feel like, especially right now, with just how crazy things are, just the way everything is going, I feel like it's a really good time to get back to yourself and to understand that it's important to not lose your individuality in a relationship. Just from my perspective, I feel like I've tended to lose myself. I tend to lose myself easily in relationships, um, and I feel like that's a really important lesson here. So let's just read the book and see what it says. All right. So let me try to find out. Okay, here it is. So orangutan, it says orangutan, utterly content in his lush rainforest, sees no pressing need to swing on agile limbs from his soft arboreal bed at dawn. He rises when refreshed, stretching great arms before breakfasting unhurriedly on ripe fruits, and only then carrying on with the business of his day. For orangutan understands the true value of time and counsels that you use it wisely. Are you working to live or living merely to work? Adjust your priorities lest time slips away. Excuse me. Adjust your priorities lest time slips silently away, taking pleasure with it. So before we even hop into the dolphin, I'm kind of picking up on this message of you kind of just need to prioritize is what it feels like. I feel like there's a need to prioritize the relationship itself. So let's say like you're in a relationship with somebody, or maybe you're getting to know somebody. There's this really important need for you to get back to yourself in order to get back to the important aspects of the relationship. And what I mean by that is, let's say you're somebody who likes to work a lot. You overwork yourself, or you're just really involved with whatever it is you're doing. And there's this need to make sure you have balance and make sure you're giving your relationship the time it needs. So that way there is still joy growing in the relationship, because I feel like joy in a relationship needs to be cultivated. It's something that you got to take your time with, and it's something that you need to treat just as well as you treat yourself. So if you're somebody who really likes to focus on self love and love of your family, love of your friends, and love of your job, or whatever it is, making sure you're giving that same amount of attention to your partner and to the relationship as a whole. So let's go ahead and read the dolphin real quick, if I can find it. It's a little confusing for me because it's not alphabetical. It is color-based, color-coded, but I still have trouble finding them sometimes. Yeah, so I'm already... Oh, it's a yellow one. Okay. Oh, here it is. So dolphin says, playful, sleek swimmer, gregarious, intelligent mammal who 60 million years ago bestrode the earth on 4 legs. Dolphin has adapted more elegantly to her world than any other creature. She embodies patience and shows how with time and slow determination you can create wonders, move mountains, and become the person your heart desires. Dolphin must still breathe salty air as she moves rhythmically through the waves, and counsels that breathing techniques can heal body and soul and transport you to other planes. So if you know anything about animal symbolism and dolphins, dolphins can be tied to like Atlantis and past lives, and can even be tied to the spiritual realm. So for me personally, dolphins, I would see this as needing to tap into the spiritual realm. So let's say like you're in separation from somebody. Let's say, I don't know if you're into the twin flame journey or anything like that. Let's say you're in separation from this person. That's a whole nother discussion for another time. But if you do resonate with that, you can apply it. If not, it can just be a karmic relationship. Or I feel like most relationships at the end of the day are karmic in nature, whether or not they're twin flame. That's a whole discussion again for another time. But in this case, let's say you're so busy that you're finding yourself connecting more so with your partner in the astral realms. Maybe you dream of your partner. Maybe you guys are connecting in the astral realms and communicating telepathically. And so I think it's important to recognize how powerful that is for you and the relationship as a whole, and for the other person that you may be involved with. Um, it's this understanding that the desire to connect goes deeper than the 3D physical plane that we, exist on. And a lot of the times, as you get older, you have to work more. You have a lot less time for yourself and for the others in your life. And I think that's kind of the message coming through here, is learning to find the joy in those small moments of connecting each other, and through spiritual means, through telepathic communication and, astral traveling together, or just dreaming of each other, or whatever it is that's coming up for you in that. But we're going to go ahead and pull some tarot cards with the Mystical Cat Tarot. Nope, nope. Okay, one more. That was a bad shuffle. Hold on. There we go. All right, so let's go ahead and cut the deck. Okay, we got these off the bat. So we have 10 of Swords. Well, 10 of Sky, which is 10 of Swords. We have Grace reversed, which I believe in this deck is Temperance. I'm pretty sure. And then we have 5 of Wands reversed. So we'll put this like this. So the Ten of Swords to me represents coming to the end of a very difficult cycle in your relationship, whether that's within yourself or within the relationship as a whole. That can be letting go of past failures of relationships, and by doing so, that's allowing you to come into a more joyous state in your relationship, especially because we have Temperance reversed. And so with Temperance reversed here, or Grace reversed in this deck, to me that represents the need to go within and to find that balance. And by doing so, you're going to be able to close out some very long held internal cycles. And it's going to allow you to kind of come out of this like five of wands reversed energy. I'm almost kind of seeing this as 2 separate people. You know what I mean? The way the cards are coming out. So this can be like you and the other person, vice versa. The energies can be interchangeable and vice versa. But with the 5 of wands reversed, I mean, that feels like I mean, if you look at the card itself, it's like a playful energy, right? And so it's needing to come back to that playfulness, and not only within your relationship, but within yourself. And so that seems to be the main message I'm getting with this. I'm going to pull a few more cards. I'm not getting too much more with that. I don't really have any intention. Bottom of the deck, by the way, we have Six of C, which is basically Six of Cups. This can represent equal give and take emotionally. This can represent, again, coming to that sense of playfulness in the relationship. It can represent just, I mean, if you're looking at it like this and you're splitting it between two people, you have three and three, right? Three of cups would represent the celebratory energy of some kind of reconciliation, maybe. And this can represent a reconciliation with somebody who you may have been separated from because of how busy you've both been. Life just gets crazy, right? And you don't always have that time to spend with each other. And it doesn't mean that you don't love each other, that you don't care about each other, that you don't think about each other. But it's needing to recognize that you can come out of this energy if you prioritize the relationship. That's kind of what it feels like to me. So let's pull a few more cards here. I'm going to set this over here as the bottom of the deck energy. And under that, I'm just going to actually pull from the bottom real quick because I'm seeing these. We have Five of Pentacles, Five of Earth, which is Five of Pentacles, can represent feeling left out in the cold because of this separation phase you may be in. And then we have the Floating Cat reversed, which I believe it's not the Fool, it's the Hanged Man. I'm pretty sure the Hanged Man reverse. And so the Hanged Man reverse to me would represent needing to again go within and seeing the value of this separation and understanding there is wisdom to be found, regardless of where you're at in your partnership right now. And even though you may be in this phase of feeling like there's maybe not enough connection, you may be feeling like there's not enough equal give and take. Maybe there's emotions aren't being given both ways because you both may be just so drained and tired at the end of the day that you're not able to fully give to the relationship that you may want to be giving to. So let's go ahead and pull some more cards here. Okay, wow. Got a big stack, Two of Cups. Well, Two of C. I'm just going to call it as I see them. Two of Cups is usually what I would see this as. It's Two of C, but it's the Cups. So we got the Two of Cups. This can represent, I mean, a beautiful union in a relationship. To me, I'm going to be really honest, guys. This feels like a reconciliation energy. It feels like you were coming out of this really long phase of being apart. I don't know how long it's been. It could have been weeks, could have been months, could have been years. It could be coming back into union with an old friend, an old family member. To me, this does feel like more of a love relationship. I did see the Lovers was poking out at the bottom of the deck, but I did not pull it because I just didn't pull it. But yeah, it feels like you're coming to this sense of balance in your relationship. This can represent coming to a sense of balance within yourself. You're balancing your masculine and feminine energies through going within and coming out of this Five of Pentacles energy, feeling left out in the cold, understanding that there is an end to this phase of separation between you two. There is this sense of both people wanting to come out of that and working on yourself in order to do so. So it's like by working on yourself individually, that's going to allow you to see the value of the connection and come into union with each other in a way that's going to be happy for both of you. I think it feels like both people really want to come into union, but life has just been crazy. So let's get the rest of the cards here. So we have the Empress. So the Empress to me can represent commitment in a relationship. It can represent taking the relationship to another level, maybe a deeper level of emotional commitment. The Empress can also represent needing to embody your divine feminine energy, both within yourself and in the relationship. So it can represent needing to approach the other person with a softer side and not necessarily being so domineering and not feeling like you have to be in this Five of Wands reverse energy, right? And so you can come out of that and you can come into this relationship in a way that's going to allow you to see the other person for who they are, understanding that they are growing and changing along with you, especially if you consider this to be like a soulmate or a twin flame or anything like that. It's really understanding that you both reflect each other so much that like you doing the work on yourself is going to give them the space to not only feel that energetically, but to come into a sense of balance within themselves, which I think is going to really help the connection here. So we also have, yeah, Two of Wands. So you both can be feeling really stuck in your head about this right now. I feel like it's this energy of needing to make a decision to come out of this energy, both within and without. Again, because the Two of Wands to me represents a decision to be made. It represents a crossroad. It can also represent not sure about which way to take the relationship. When I'm seeing this overworking energy, this Five of Pentacles reverse, or no, excuse me, Five of Pentacles energy here with the Six of Cups that we have here, it's this kind of energy of understanding understanding the phases and seasons of a relationship and needing to make the decision collectively to come out of that energy. And recognizing that when you make that decision within yourself, you are affecting this other person and the other people around you. I mean, we are all connected in so many ways. So we also have the Fire Kitten reverse, which is the Page of Wands reverse. Page of Wands reverse can represent somebody who, it can represent a very immature type of energy. It can represent somebody who may just be really in and out of a relationship, maybe here and there. And I think the reason that is because they are stuck in their head. It could be you or the other person again. They could just be very nostalgic about the past. There could be some karmic relationships that they're working through. There could be a lot of past issues that they are working through. And that's indicative here of the Ten of Swords that we had here. And I feel like you are both in this phase where you're looking back at all of your past relationships, all of the failures, everything that's happened, and you're seeing just how much that is affecting this current relationship. And the Empress here is asking you to really be compassionate with yourself and really be compassionate with the other person. And there's one thing that I've been learning a lot about lately has been forgiveness. Forgiveness for every area of my life, for myself, for my family, for my relationships, for anything that forgiveness is needed in. And that forgiveness, I feel like, it takes a lot of compassion. And you having compassion for that other person, understanding that they have been through a lot with the Six of Cups. I mean, the fact that the Six of Cups is in the upright tells me that it's coming to the end of that phase. It's reaching a happier time, and it's coming out with the Ten of Swords up here. It's coming out of that cycle because the Ten in the Tarot to me feels like coming to the end of a cycle. Like the Ten of Swords is like, okay, yes, it's been really mentally anguishing, but you're coming to the end of that and you're working your way out of that, right? Yeah, so we have the Two of Swords right here, Two of Sky, as you see. And it's basically clarifying this Two of Wands. And we have a lot of twos, right? So we have the Two of Wands right here. We have the Two of Swords. Let me pull these out here. I want to pull these cards out together. I'm limited on space, by the way, so don't mind me. I'm trying to make it all fit here. So we have might as well pull out the last card, which is Good Kitty. Reverse, which to me is Justice. I think in this deck, this card is Justice. So we have 2-2-2. Okay, we have, yeah, Two of Wands, Two of Swords, Two of Cups. So it's this, I feel like you're both making the decision. There's like this waiting period, right? There's this period of just going within as individuals and really reevaluating, right here with the Justice reverse or the Good Kitty reverse, really reevaluating what you truly deserve and not being afraid to speak up about that. And that can also be indicative here with the Empress. Okay, let's say we're taking all these twos and we're taking the Empress and we're taking the Good Kitty reverse. It's recognizing your worth. It's understanding that you do deserve love. You do deserve an equal reciprocity here with the Six of Cups. And understanding that you have to bring yourself out of that internally, that you shouldn't rely on the other person to provide you with what you need, but not saying that you shouldn't ask for what you need, but understanding that asking for your needs means you may not always get those needs met, and you need to understand, like, within yourself exactly what you feel like you're willing to compromise on in this relationship. Are you willing to forego maybe some of the needs that you do need? Are you willing to be in this space of feeling left out in the cold every now and then because of how busy the other person is or how busy you are? Are you willing to work through that as a couple? And if so, it looks like the energies here are really, really good for that, because I feel like while we do have the Good Kitty reverse, I feel like both people are recognizing the injustice and the imbalance of the relationship, both emotionally and physically, and mostly, yeah, I say mostly just emotionally is what it feels like to me. It feels like that crossroads energy, right? It's that energy of like understanding that you are coming to a place of balance within yourself, and that is what is allowing you to come out of this Five of Pentacles energy, moving into a greater sense of balance in the relationship, a deeper commitment to yourself and your partner, and recognizing that while this justice is in reverse, it to me feels like it's coming to an end, right? I feel like it's not necessarily that the relationship itself is an injustice, but it's with these two here because these are clarifying. So it's like seeing the injustice of your past and how you're both going to be moving past that and communicating your needs in a healthy way, understanding that whether or not the person can meet those needs is going to determine how you move forward. And so I think that's why we kind of have this that dolphin energy, right? Going within and really keeping it real with yourself and understanding what you are and are not okay with. Like what I'm hearing now is like, what are your oh my God, excuse me. What are your deal breakers in a relationship? Are you willing to compromise on certain needs? Are you willing to find, how can I say it? Okay, how about this? Recognizing that you do not have to get every single need met by one person. So let's say you have the need for emotional reciprocity in a relationship and that's something that's a deal breaker for you. You need to have emotional reciprocity of some kind. You need to have emotional expressions because I think in a love relationship it's important for both people to express themselves. And I think that's kind of what we're seeing here with this 5 of um, pentacles and the empress is recognizing that the lack of emotional reciprocity or the lack of emotional expression has led to this relationship maybe feeling like you're in this injustice, right? That's kind of what I'm picking up on here. I'm not really sure I'm getting too many other messages. We can pull a few cards, but I'm feeling like that might be the end of this reading. I'm going to be completely honest. Yeah, spirits tell me to go ahead and close it up. I think that's kind of where we're at. So just a nice little recap, guys. We have the need for you to go within to understand. Let's go. So need to go within, need to recognize what your deal breakers are in a relationship, understanding that you don't have to have every single need met by one person. So let's say like you have the need for, I don't know, maybe like fun, loving, emotional expression in a relationship, but understanding that if that person can't provide that to you right now, you need to accept that as where they're at in their journey. You need to accept that they just might not be in a place where they can give that to you. And you just have to be okay with that. And it's kind of hard to say and it's hard to accept sometimes because I feel like a lot of the times when we're in relationships, we can feel so strongly, especially being the spiritual people we are. We're just such deep people. I feel like a lot of us that partake in tarot and spirituality as a whole, we feel so deeply. And this doesn't mean that the other person does not feel as deeply. What I'm getting here is they very much do feel as deeply, right? The Empress. It feels like there is a desire for. I mean, it's the three, right? So this can be like a Three of Cups energy in a sense, and there is the desire for reciprocity. There is the desire to build a deeper emotional commitment, and recognizing that that also takes time, and that's something that's just gonna have to be accepted and moved through at your own pace. I am gonna actually pull one final card here. We'll pull it from the Kuan Yin Oracle deck. I do want to get some more decks. I have been wanting to get more decks, but I haven't gotten any in a while. So we'll see what I get. We'll see what I get. But for now, we're going to pull one final card here. Closing message. All right, we're going to do one of these. This deck is a lot easier to shuffle with. There we go. Yeah, I never understood how people did the whole shuffling thing, and I had to practice it by myself for a while because I just could not do it. Finally got a way to do it. Very nice. All right, so we have Empress of the Pearl. That's beautiful because we have the Empress here, and we have the Empress here, and we have the 10. So I feel like you're coming to the end of this cycle. I feel like there's a completion. I feel like this was a trial that you're both going through right now. I feel like this is a test of your relationship. This is a test of your commitment, and this is a test of your love for yourself and for the other person. So let's go and read the book. See what it says. All right. Card 10. So Empress of the Pearl says, you have an inner gift of great value, born of struggle, adversity, and challenge. In wisdom, you know that suffering can lead to growth, provided we are willing to search for a way to heal through it. Seeing challenges as ways to expand your spiritual light empowers you to focus on the growing light rather than getting caught up in suffering. All right, so it says natural pearls are Excuse me, my microphone is like right in front of the book. I'm trying to do it in a way where I can read it and talk. Okay, it says natural pearls are rare, lustrous, feminine gems created within a living organism, the pearl oyster. They have a unique creation process. Natural pearls are created when a foreign entity, such as a grain of sand or parasite, finds its way into the pearl oyster. The oyster reacts and wait, excuse me. I was just hold on. Let me stop myself there. I'm like picking up on something. So, um, there could be this sense before I continue with reading it. I'm just picking up on another message here. There could be a sense of, again, with the Six of Cups reversed. I'm looking at this here. It says, such as a grain of sand or parasite finding its way into the pearl oyster. So the pearl oyster, I feel like, can represent your internal state, but it can also represent the relationship itself. And I feel like the past relationships, perhaps even past karmic relationships, keeping in mind it doesn't always have to be love. Karmic relationships from your past that affect your relationship can be family based, can be friend based, can be the own love that you have had for different things in life, different careers, different hobbies and stuff. And I feel like that is something that is being worked through in your relationship and can make it seem like there's a lot more suffering than there is, but understanding that that is what is going to bring your relationship to a deeper level of commitment and emotional reciprocity. Let's continue. So, it says the oyster reacts and creates layers of pearlescent substance, creating a warmly glowing treasure within. Just like the beautiful and rare natural pearl, you have a unique spiritual beauty to offer the world. Your pearl is your precious, excuse me, guys. I think I'm like mildly dyslexic. I'm starting to discover that as I've grown a little bit older. So if I'm like mixing things up here, I think that's why. So your pearl is your precious gift, something unique that is being born through your experiences and consciousness that cannot be created or copied by another because it is of your own unique soul light. Any struggles you have experienced are a karmic gift to you, yep, I did it again, are a karmic gift to help you grow this inner exquisite offering to support the spiritual evolution of humanity. Once you recognize this, you can dispense with your struggles more swiftly, using them to help you grow and not adding unnecessary energy or focus to the problem, which might make it grow instead. If you have found yourself attracting negative energies from those around you, or perhaps feeling drained or sometimes even possessed by negative thoughts or experiences, you don't have to feel afraid. You can heal the Kuan Yin now, allowing that which is stirred up within you to begin forming the beautiful gifts you have to share. Just as the pearl starts from irritation and reaction, so are the circumstances in your life which feel uncomfortable, serving you to help you grow your gift. It is time to realize that your soul is growing in its luster. Nope, messed that one up too. Excuse me. It is time to realize that your soul is growing is growing its luster and beauty. I don't know if that was a typo. I'm not understanding that properly. It is time to realize that your soul is growing its luster and beauty to share with the world. I think there was a typo. Once you realize this, your struggles become less and your soul light becomes even more luminous. So yeah, we can go ahead and do the pearl healing and the prayer. So the pearl healing is like a guided meditation, basically. So it says, gently close your eyes and focus on your breath flowing in and out. Imagine you are in a peaceful place and you become aware of the light, glowing and bright. That is beloved Kuan Yin shining within your own heart. You feel yourself expanding, growing bigger. You can look down and notice any irritation, discomfort, negativity, or fear that has been a concern for you. The larger the light grows within, the smaller that issue becomes. The light begins to glow with pearlescent, luminous warmth. It wraps itself around the issue with love, gentleness, and peace, layer and layer until the issue itself disappears into an endless layering of pearlescent light. Breathing into your heart, then say, I now choose to release any negative energy that has drained me or disturbed me. I release it with love and now allow my own Kuan Yin heart to create its pearl now for the highest good. So be it. Breathe out through your heart and be peaceful for a moment. When you are ready, open your eyes. And so for the prayer, it says, with beloved Kuan Yin, Empress of the Pearl, as my witness, I transform negativity into light through compassion. Anything that there it is, guys, compassion, what I was just saying. Anything that causes me discomfort, I use to grow my light so it becomes bigger than the discomfort, and I now choose to experience the light of my being and its spiritual growth as more powerful than any irritation or suffering which serves that growth. Om Mani Padme Hum. Yes. So, I think that's a beautiful way to end the reading. I mean, I feel like there's this deep sense of understanding that whatever problems you're facing in a relationship are not problems at all. They really aren't problems, guys. They are helping you grow as individuals, and they're going to bring you closer together as a couple, should you both decide to move in that direction. Because again, it does seem like there is a crossroads right now. It feels like both people are stepping back, reevaluating everything, looking at their past, recognizing that there are some issues that need to be worked through within, and not bringing that into the relationship. Because I feel like as individuals, we have the responsibility to manage and process our own emotions in a way that's going to allow us to show up in our relationships more authentically, which is going to lead to deeper commitments and deeper, more authentic emotional expressions. Which again, I mean, this does feel like a twin flame soulmate type of energy. And if you know anything about, that type of path, these type of relationships will lead you deeper to yourself in order to help others grow, which is why I feel like I'm coming back to do this, if I'm being quite honest with you. So yeah, I mean, I think that's a beautiful way to end the reading, guys. I think things are on a really good trajectory for you and your relationship right now. I think it's really important for you to have compassion for this other person and recognize that they're doing their best. And you need to do your best too. You know what I mean? I think you guys are both recognizing that you both have past issues. Everybody has trauma. Everybody has stuff that they've gone through. But recognizing that that is only helping you come deeper into yourself and recognizing the value of this relationship. All right, because some of these relationships are very, very intense, specifically when it's this type of relationship that we're reading for today. So if you are going through that, just trust that the only thing you have to do right now is focus on your own healing, go within, and trust that by doing that, you're going to help the other person and you're going to help everybody around you. And that's going to allow you to come into a deeper sense of union should you decide to. Because again, there is always free will. While there is fate and destiny of those kinds, you always have a choice at the end of the day. Both of you always have a choice. And I feel like you should respect the decisions of each person, but also respect your own needs and recognize that if your needs aren't being met and you feel like you need them to be met elsewhere, you should take responsibility for that and not waste somebody's time and be able to go off and find what it is you do want. But recognizing that the universe will bring that to you should you make the decision to move forward. But also recognizing that if you do decide to stay in this relationship, there is the opportunity for that to come into your life and your relationship. But I think that's about where I'm going to leave the reading, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Again, I'm not currently offering personal readings at the moment. I don't have everything set up. I just really wanted to dive into tarot again for you guys because I really miss doing tarot for everybody. I had so much fun doing it. And I'm really glad to be back here with you guys. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I guess I will see you in the next reading. Yeah. I don't have like a thing that I say at the end of my readings anymore. It's been so long. So I love you guys and I hope you guys have a great one. I wish the best for you and your person. And it looks like you guys are coming into a really beautiful sense of union. The possibility is there. So yeah, you guys have a good one, okay? See you in the next reading. Bye bye.